Well, hello TPC. Here once again to roast me for my streaming choice of game. It was a decision between Battlefield and Genshin, I'll tell you that. But it came down to Genshin is more entertaining to watch. And it's also more time sensitive. So So I'm just drinking my matcha latte. Very fancy. But fuck it. This isn't that complicated. Let's just get into it. I gotta turn my game volume up because I usually have it practically off. Wow. Genshin Pog. I can hear Paimon. Can you hear Paimon? Do you know where the backpack is? I'm just gonna play like
devastation.
Ah. Thank you for the follow. I think that was a follow. It might have been a sub. I gotta double check. I'm sorry. All right. Oh, thank you for the sub hobo. Sub hobo. 1 whole year. Wow. Thank you. I always mix up what's follow and what's my sub sound. The follow music is the Wii music. Aw, thank you. So today, in Genshin Land, we have 3-ish goals, which is we're gonna try and get a bunch of our mains to 70. And we are also going to try... I am also going to try and fix my volume thing. There we go. All right. Let me know if the volume goes in and out, because that means I tapped my microphone and I shouldn't have. All right, we're here. But our goals today for Genshin are to... I did my dailies already. I'm not going to make you suffer through dailies. It's like the same stuff all the time. So we're actually like working on progress today. But as I was saying yesterday, I was playing Genshin for a while, and then I stopped because I didn't get my boy. I had Kazuha. He's my favorite. I was so happy I got him during his first run, and I was like, yes, we're gonna get Kazuha Constellations during his rerun, and I only got one. So that means I got 1 extra drop of that character. And I was hoping to get like 2, at least 2. And the same thing happened to me with Raiden. Same thing. So I felt very defeated. What I did get during the Kazuha run, to show you how much I invested in it, is a C6 Heizo, who's my second C6 character. My other one is Barbara, who I don't use because I don't have any gear for her and I don't ascend her. So we're gonna work on getting materials for level 70 Heizo, which means we just need 8 of these guys, Runic Fangs, in a chasm. So we're gonna do some Oceanid spam first to get Barbara's enhancement materials. Oceanid things, because I don't play Barbara enough. And then we're gonna swap between doing chasm quests and killing the boss for Heizo. I just played a shitload of Breakthrough today. I played a little bit. The new map is really fun. Rough though, very rough. I can't figure out where the fuck I'm getting killed from, but fun. Matcha. So good. I did get Ning Wong and most of my main party leveled up, so it's a little smoother sailing than it was. I essentially got stuck in this trap of being a much higher AR than the characters I play, and I was like, oh shit, even down leveling doesn't really do enough for me, so. Alright, so we're gonna heal up. My brain just like did not function real quick, so I apologize. We are going to heal up and go kill Oceanid. That's the goal. That's the goal, and I'm sticking to it. I think Conquest will be better on the new map. Yeah, Conquest was good on it. It was good. It was a little hectic, but good. I haven't done Breakthrough on it. I mean, I think we all hear Paimon in our head erudite, right? It's the only way. All right. So they're all healed up. I mean, this is a pretty okay party to fight Oceanid. I have one. You know what? Hazo. Wait, he's melee, isn't he? I mean, we have one archer, so that should be fine. This should be fine. A shitty lockers map. I think your brain's going into overdrive. You're like, oh god, I gotta form an opinion so quickly on it. Just enjoy it. Just play the game. I played like a couple of rounds and I was like, that's not enough to make a decision on whether I like it or not. It doesn't really matter if I like it or not. It's already out. I own the game already. I'm level 20. I mean, but that's the battle pass, right? I don't know. I think they carried over the premium. Yeah, they carried over the premium from the first set. Look at her. This is Diona. She's adorable.
Water can take on many forms. In this way, shall water deliver your punishment.
Fuck. Fuck you guys. The fuck you guys. You're not allowed to have flying.
Illusion shattered.
I am very bad at playing with archers, in case you can't tell. I never use archers in this game.
The power of water is its ability to take any shape.
The ship isn't really a feature in Breakthrough. Yeah, the ship is pretty used in Conquest. I thought it was going to be more. Like, I thought the middle of the ship was going to be more competitive, but pretty much once you secure both sides on the outside, it doesn't end up being all that competitive in the end anyway. Burp.
Without solid ground, terrestrial creatures become simply helpless. Power of water is its
Alright, come on, throw your bosses out. You know what's the sucky part? I have to do this boss a couple of times. Because I need stuff for Barbara and I need stuff for Mona. I have like a C3 Mona, if I remember. No, I think it's just C0. I don't know. I haven't looked at Mona in a while because I liked her, but I didn't want to fight Ocean. It's so tedious. Yeah, there's a lot of mobility on the map, which is nice. So every time I hear Diona go, ah, nah, I kept thinking she was saying, I'm a rock. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're a cryo character. You use ice. And then I realized she's a bartender. She's a cat bartender. She's saying on the rocks. I still hear her scream, I'm a rock. Okay, I'm done. All right. Sorry, I am trying to do combat, so I can't be as invested in the conversation. I also simply have not played that map. Like, I played for like half hour today. I mean, that's also a possibility. It is nice that the bosses aren't timed in this game. So I can just, like, as long as I don't die, I can dig around. Oh, get out of the water! Fuck it. Fine.
Submerge.
Ow.
Keep my eyes open.
Don't go self-deprecating now on me, Teeps. You know that's not allowed here. Come on, get back here. Get back here, you.
One who is ignorant of water's treasures fails also to comprehend its horrors.
Scary water.
Orders given. Orders received.
We strike.
We're gonna swirl that, and we're gonna put some lightning in the mix. Ow! Ow! Stop it! Why'd that hurt me?
Go.
It's not allowed.
Let's see what happens when you lose your.
He's one step away from being a relatable villain. True. I think people don't like Oceanid because you don't actually hit the boss at any point. You just kill the things she throws at you, so it just feels like you're killing ads. So it's like, why?
The power of water is its ability to take.
She
any
gives
shape.
poison ivy, but wet. Except. No! 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 I didn't know that was gonna cancel the fight. Sus. I don't know, and I don't know if I want to know. Did spam? Yeah, let's go.
Breathe. 3, 4, and 1.
This might go horribly because they're
Lesson from our homeland.
fire characters.
Who trespasses upon the waters of Chinsa. Coveting the shapes of the living, pure water can take on many forms. In this way, shall water deliver your punishment.
I guess we're doing like an evaporate team. Oh no, they're just gonna go be OP for me.
Of water is its
Aw,
ability to
bless you.
take any shape.
Whee!
Without solid ground, terrestrial creatures become simply helpless.
My angel. They're coming to help me kill this thing faster. Hooray.
The power of water is its ability to take any shape.
Like, it is genuinely more helpful to go into someone else's world and help them kill things, even if it's a lower level. But it's just so slow.
One who is ignorant of water's
Like, if you're the OP one, it's fine.
comprehend
Sometimes people are just very slow at, like, getting to the boss and resetting it. I'm a rock. Boop. Bird hunting.
Let's see what happens when you lose your foothold.
Please shut this boss the fuck up. We're gonna be spending some time with Oceanid because I need to get this done. I'm sorry, Teeps.
The power of water is its ability to take any shape. As long as rain falls and rivers flow, water will exist forever.
That boss sucks? Yes. At least mute the voices. Okay. Alright. Happy? Look at me, I'm shorter. Look at me, I'm shorter. Peeps, you will have your time for Battlefield. Because then wait, what? Hmm? Hmm? I don't know what's happening. I guess they send friend requests. Confusion. So this person's currently suffering with they want to help, but everybody that they join in on denies their request to join, which I have certainly done. I have been there on the rejecting and the being rejected side. Ready for round 2. Look at her, she's so cute. I don't know what's going on. You are welcome to add my UID. I found that at some point I uninstalled Genshin. I have done that as well. I don't know if I can like add them through this menu. Add chat participant. Right? I don't know how to do it. How do I add my current team? Wait. Friends. Friend details. Add friend. Let's go. Wait, where's the circle? There we go. I made a friend! Pew, 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 pew. Okay. Should give you a heads up. I am currently streaming. Ah! Happy to chat, but just no chat is currently public. I'm gonna give them a heads up now. This is like our second round. Yeah. No, I always think if someone calls out to you and they say, I need someone to talk with, even if they're like memeing at first, they do need someone to talk to. So just be nice, you know? Ain't no harm in being nice. Whee! Where are the birds? Their Hu is like actually OP. Just saying. I think it's like a capped level Hu. Verbs of death. Okay, have a good rest. Oh. 2 that time. I'm trying to be like as efficient as possible. Wait. Are you excited about the Dendro characters being added? I am. I'm excited, and I rolled a couple of times on the Tignari banner. Oh, yeah. So I rolled a couple of times on the Tignari banner, like enough for 10 times, with like my returners rewards and everything, right? Rolled on that, didn't get jack shit, like not even the other characters available. I was really hoping for more Dionas, actually. Rolled on the Zhongli banner like 3 or 4 times. On the 4th run on the Zhongli banner, I got a 5-star. And I was like, oh shit, I don't have Zhongli. I need Geo characters too. This is great. I got Diluc, which is great because I do genuinely play Diluc quite a bit. So that's good. Hi, Greg. Better worry about the or else. I'll find you in your sleep, and I'll make you listen to trashy supernatural fiction audiobooks. Oh, fuck. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, so I got my C1 Diluc. Oh, they're TPing. Okay. Sick. Okay. He just helped me body most of the animo reason. Yeah, Diluc is very much the... I'm not going to be the best at this, and I'm not going to be the fastest at this, but I will just slowly smash my way through. Oh, come on. It's not resetting. I think it, like, doesn't want to reset until I do this. What are you doing streaming? Just playing the game. Just playing. My Twitch is Coach Aqua. What am I doing streaming? I don't... That's a deep question, man. That's a very deep question. Damn, you got called out. Yeah, I did. Wait, it's not resetting. Do I have to, like, do VTuber hot tub stream while you play Genshin? I mean, like, I could put a hot tub in the background, but that seems reductive. Yeah, this bitch ain't resetting. Why? I guess I'll go here and, like, craft something. I guess I'll fucking craft something. Okay. I thought they were timed. I didn't think so. Because when I'm on my own, I can just go in and, like, literally all I have to do is, like, go to another point, do, like, 1 or 2 things or talk to an NPC, and then it resets. Fuck, while we're here, I should prioritize Barbara because she's my 6-star, even though I hate her. Oh, I need so many of those. I need ocean crystals. Ugh. Even though I hate Barbara, I'm gonna prioritize Barbara. I don't hate Barbara. I never understood her. Okay? I don't hate her. All right, let's back. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Yeah, Sunday. So it was going to be Saturday. I moved it to Sunday because her 1.0 voice was slightly much. Yeah, I can understand that. This is not reset. 3 minutes. Okay. Oh, it's 3 minutes in between. All right. Well, while we are waiting, I will gather mushrooms. I will gather mushrooms. Thank you for looking it up, Erudite. Coming in clutch. We gotta get some shrooms. I also need like a lot of stuff for Barb. Just curious. Yeah, that's good. I appreciate the assist in looking it up though. Still helpful. Did you beat Final Fantasy 3 yesterday? No. No. I got my shit kicked in and I should have kept grinding. I got my teeth like fully knocked in. We were able to get past the other like 2 archfiends really easily, and Cloud of Darkness just literally obliterated us with a laser beam. Yeah, so I spent all of stream yesterday just chatting and leveling Onion Knight on 2 classes. We're like level 50 Onion Knight. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't reset yet, so I'm... Should be good in a second. Same way as Hypostasis and Regispines, they're all elite bosses, yeah. I'm going the wrong way. I'm ready. Alright. Ah, yes, it's back. Okay. Yeah, so it's a busy weekend for stream. Okay. I say weekend, but like it's the last normal stream day. Sunday, we are doing our streamiversary celebration. I did move it from Saturday to Sunday because a good buddy of mine, Aeon Aegis, is also having their 3-year anniversary subathon on Saturday. So I didn't want to overlap. And mine's a pretty low-key one, all things considered. I say low-key because I would want to do a 24-hour one, but I'm keeping it casual at like a 12 to 18-hour stream. You know? Keeping it simple. Keeping it casual. And that's not going to be a gaming stream. That's going to be an art stream because I haven't drawn on stream in a while. So we're going to be drawn away the whole time. I may die. I may have to take like a half-hour break or a 20-minute break every so often just so that I can like cool off. My computer gets very warm when I do long streams, so I need to clean it. I need to clean it. Raveled, we need more compressed air. Order it. I like that she kicks it. That's adorable. Too busy min-maxing Island Sanctuary? It's true. I didn't min-max Island Sanctuary. I just played it. I'm at the point now where there's like upgrades I can still do. I'm just like, I don't wanna. So I like prioritized getting a groove, I believe it's called, for the crafters workshop. And that's it. Anything I can lend you a hand with. I will update my signature to not say ocean and spam. Bomb. Wait. Wanted. To come home. Got basics. Hazel. All right. Well, dude, thanks. Much. You too. Whee! All right. Let's go collect some mushrooms. Thank you to Angel Among Us. Susus Among Us. For assisting. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so I was doing I finally unlocked the chasm. Mainly because I was like, damn it, I have a C6 character. I should level it. Because if I have a C6 character, I should probably fucking play it. Although, I guess technically I have... I'm not going to say that because I'll curse myself and accidentally do it. I'm a C5 Bennett Haver because I heeded people's warnings. Which is that on some characters, if you max out their constellations, their last skill will like pretty much it gives them sheer power, but it kneecaps a part of their kit. And how they like react with other characters. So Bennett was one of those ones that you didn't want to do that on. Give me the shrooms. Give me all the shrooms. Is there another one like sneaking back here? No. Yeah, today's gonna be a real chill day. We started a little early because we are also going to end a little early because I'm gonna need a little bit of a break. Because At 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be a guest participant, a player in Agumi Ghost's Shuffle Scuffle, which is a game show based on retro games and trivia. And Gumi is a very cozy ghost PNG VTuber slash PNG tuber. It depends on what they're feeling. And it's definitely worth checking that show out because they put lots of love and care into that show, and I'm so excited to be on it. Do you ever get to a point in this game where you can strictly play multiplayer and make continuous progression? I think I need context for the question. Like, do I personally get to a point where I can strictly do multiplayer and progress? Or are you saying, like, is there a point where there's no more story and you only do multiplayer to progress your character levels? Because from my understanding is that, like, any major story or Archon quest, anything that's going to really pull you into a cutscene, that you have to do in single player mode. Versus... And there's no point where they allow multiplayer for that as well. Versus, like, just killing bosses and doing characters and exploring, you can do all that in multiplayer. I'm burping up my bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwich. Oh no. Yeah, so all story progress is single player still. And I like that because I tend to treat this game mostly like a single player game. I pretty much only call in help when I want to kill a boss quickly. Otherwise, I will try to do it myself. And they certainly do. Like, so this is my quest list, and I've been doing dailies and, like, unlocking the... Which reminds me I need to check. Okay, so tomorrow I get a new key. But unlocking, like, the story quests. And I'm in Inazuma. I'm, like, mostly done with Inazuma, and I still have all of these to do. And this was, like, after me clearing it out as much as I could before progressing. I pretty much did Liyue and, like, tried to get as much of the quest stuff done as I could before going to Inazuma, mainly because I couldn't get the quest to go to Inazuma. But it looks like for Sumeru, the new zone, some of, like, progress to Sumeru, I believe, is locked behind both story progress and you have to have completed certain character quests. So, like, I have to have done the Raiden Shogun story quests, and I believe there's some other Inazuma characters you have to have done story quests for to go to Sumeru, which is a little strange, but it's alright. I personally don't think multi is only playable unless you're completely maxed out. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. And from what I would say anyway, I don't necessarily think this game is really meant to support, like, heavy multiplayer use. For instance, the chat is kind of scuffed. Movement's a little weird. Stuff like that. From what I've seen, most people use multiplayer because there's, like, multiplayer, I think, achievements for Spiral Abyss, which is just kind of like the optional dungeon stuff. I gotta find mushrooms. They're here. I know they are. They're on the roofs somewhere. Ah! Because I know there's some by Mona's place. Oop. I'm just gonna peep my eyes out. There's some. Give me the shrooms, baby. Shrooms. How many do I? Yeah, what's this? Why is it glittery? Oh, it's one of the spiral discs. How many more shrooms do I need for Barbara? And then I have to do it again for Mona. 2 more shrooms, 1 more crystal. I can probably craft that. and some other stuff. I want to find a game where I can sink hours in the game with my friend that isn't a full MMO like Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, I don't necessarily think that Genshin is the game for that. It's one of those, like, even Final Fantasy 14 to quite a heavy extent, a lot of these games that have really impactful and heavy stories are mainly single player games. Like, if they're essentially saying, okay, you're gonna do all this really cool story content in single player, and then you can do the multiplayer stuff. Final Fantasy does a little bit better where it can incorporate multiplayer stuff in the story content through like dungeons and trials and stuff like that. But your main story quest, you're mostly doing that alone. Unless you go on like a patch day and then everybody's running around doing the main story quest and you're all like, hey, good to see you here, Jeff. How's it going? Oh, you know, just saving Eorzea. Being the warrior, like, yeah. Me too. How are the kids? Oh, great! When I first started playing, all I saw about was Barbara being meta, and she's unplayable to me. Try Fall Guys. Yeah, I think Genshin in particular has a very, very bad scaling problem. The metas are less solid now. Honestly, if there's a character you enjoy playing, unless you are really bum rushing endgame, I would say you don't really need to worry about what's meta. Just play the characters you like. Because there's enough characters at this point, like, where's the character list? There's enough characters at this point. That's the wrong list. Nope. I don't remember where the list is. But these are all the characters I own. Now, so I feel like the catch of Genshin, right? There's one major problem with Genshin that I think anybody that plays it will tell you, right? And that is that it is a very intimidating game to play because to even access the end game, so to even access the newest patch, Sumeru, you have to grind and like participate in hours and hours of content. What I would say is if you're interested, don't go into it being like, I'm going to get to the newest content. And that's when the real game starts. Enjoy the story of it. Enjoy the steps that you're going to take to get there. Enjoy scaling. Don't be like, I only want to play Sumeru characters in Sumeru. Just like enjoy it as it comes. And it's a much more enjoyable game. And you can like really take your time and kind of even enjoy like the side quests that you're doing. The side quest lore is very, very good in this game. I like Rosaria too. She's good. But what do I have the most of? Thunder manifestation? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would say definitely try out Genshin. There's a mixed consensus on whether it's like pay to win or free to play. But what I would say is having a character is not instantaneously like you have the best character in game and you're good, you're going to shred through everything. That's not how this game works. Not at all. In fact, that's kind of the catch they get you to like pull characters on because they're like, oh, this new character is going to be really good, but they're all good. Otherwise, they would care more about how many 5-star characters there are because there's more 5-star characters than there are 3 or 4-star characters, right? You get a lot for free in this game. And what becomes more important for actually progressing in the game and having like high stats is going to be like doing your weapons and character ascensions. So actually playing the game and the boss and not collecting primogens and rolling for characters. And that was like my cardinal sin early on. Because frankly, the more characters you have, the more work it is to keep up with trying to get them leveled. So I would say just like shoot for like a core group of characters you enjoy and then just play those. It doesn't have to be a meta pick. As long as you have something you enjoy playing, that's fine. Yeah, I would say see if you can reduce your world level. So if you go here and you go to world level with the up button, you can lower your world level by 1 and it'll make things easier to fight. You can only do that once per day though. Yeah, that is a huge problem I've had. So I've been stuck with that in Inazuma, so it's very challenging. Eventually you get better though. Generally, if I get really stuck, that's when I'll start going into multiplayer. Yeah, you can only lower your world level once per day or raise it back up. It stays lowered though. I'm being distracted. Very easily distractible. You can't tell. Nom nom. Ah, we were going to ascend Barbara. Ascend. Oh no, what that? We need those. What drops those? Because I don't think I have a lot of those. Oh no, I do. That might be enough. I don't think so though. No, it's not enough at all. I'm gonna have to go grab some more. You can progress it back up. It's like you choose to change it once per day, essentially. These are dropped by Samaturals, or I can buy them in the Stardust Exchange. How are we looking shopping wise? Oh. Gamba baby. Gamba baby. It's Gamba time. Guys, it's Gamba time. It is indeed Gamba time. I might roll on the weapon banner. I don't know. Okay, guys, pick a banner. Just pick one. Gamba means gambling. Gamba means gambling. We're gonna roll. We have 2 rolls, so we're gonna roll. I don't like to save them for a big one. Yeah, so we can go the Tignari banner, the Zhongli banner, or the weapon banner. First banner. Okay. All right. I see. You all want me to have Dendro. I have nothing for this character and won't be able to ascend them for ages. Jack shit. Also jack shit. And then I think I can get another. Nope. Okay. We didn't get jack shit from that. There will be more Gambo tonight. Because I tend to do it as I go. And I've been doing a lot of story quests. Yeah. I think I like blew my luck. I got a 5-star earlier today. So that's my fault, honestly. Sammy Churl. All right. So doesn't buying them in bulk usually guarantee you something good? So there is a pity system in game and they're pretty clear about the pity system, but to buy rolls is actually very expensive in game, because you'd have to buy crystals and then turn those into primogens and then turn those into rolls. So they really have you go through like 3 different currency systems just to pay money to Gamba. So most of the Gamba is through just stuff you get in game. So like those rolls I got right now were not IRL paid for. That's just through stuff that I have got since we started playing today. Or is that newbie catering mechanics? No. So buying in bulk, so it counts your rolls overall. If I roll 1 at a time, it's no different than if I rolled 10 at once. It doesn't actually change the rate of, or your chances of getting something, essentially. But there is a soft, like every 10 rolls, at least you should get something that's at least a 4-star or a 5-star. And then every 100 rolls, you will have gotten a 5-star within that 100. So that's the rough system for it. But it's not like a guaranteed anything. For certain banners, they will have like rate ups, which just means it's a higher chance of getting that character. And for like starter, if you're starting the game new, they have the Barbara banner, which is a higher chance of getting certain characters, and it's a little bit cheaper too. I can't change your voice. Wait, it didn't work? Tommy, did it not work? What's going on? Is it not working? Hello? Hello? What's up? Oh yeah, it's Bits, babe. I'm sorry. If you're gonna fuck with my voice, you gotta pay for it first. I already fuck with my own voice enough. Oh, all right. Yeah. So we're just gonna go around killing Samitra rules. You kind of get like, I don't know, since I've been focused saying like, okay, I'm gonna level this character and then this character and then this character, it's been kind of more relaxing instead of being overwhelmed, feeling like I have to level everything at once. It's been nice. So I've been enjoying just like chilling and collecting materials and stuff. Because my mentality with Genshin recently has not been like, oh, I can stop when I finish this thing. My mentality with Genshin, as well as Island Sanctuaries, hydrate. I have water. I did get water. Water. Yeah. Oh god. Let me in. Okay. Has been like, as soon as I have that thought, like, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm not having fun, this is like, or like, this is a drag, I just stop playing. I just immediately, like, whatever I'm doing, don't care if I'm not optimal, if I have other stuff that I want to finish. If it's a game and I'm not doing it for like stream or something, I just stop playing. And I have been so much happier doing that than anything else. Oh god, how far away is this bitch? I should have checked on the map. Oh, he far. I was like, oh yeah, it's on the map, so I'll just run halfway across everything. Oh god. Wah, 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 wah. Da, 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 da. Oh, and I guess I'll give you a heads up. If anybody does want to use the biddies to forcibly change the voice mod settings for, I think it's 30 seconds. Ah, thank you, Erudite. Thanks. Oh, thanks. It's 30 seconds, and all of those are settings that I do not use regularly because they're kind of intense. It doesn't work. Wait, because for me it doesn't say that anything was submitted. Didn't change the streamer's voice. Me. Bitch. Voice mod closed. That's probably why. That'll do it.
No way!
No way. Is that Merlin? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Either that or voice mod's just not opening right now. I don't know. Struggling. I'm gonna keep playing the game. Ad time. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. Ad time while I wait for voice mod to open. Keep it. Oh, that's not as short as I wanted. Wait, what did you put sunglasses on it? Alright, I'm actually gonna lower these. Save. Save. The minimum I can do that's still paid is 50. And I don't want to do them free because that is just going to be chaos. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Let's do this. 45 seconds, 5 seconds in between each. And it should work now, I believe. It should work now. If it's not like... Let me test it. Womp womp. Okay. Yeah? Okay.
I'm talking. Hi. Blah, 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 blah. I love Dami. She's so cute. She's my favorite. She's the bestest. And I just want to cuddle her and hug her and eat fondue with her and do crafts and talk about way too many mods in The Sims.
It worked. Thank you. Get mistaken as craft moms together. Woo woo woo. I don't even know what you guys picked. Craft moms unit. Unite. Fuck. How many of these do I have? Not enough. Where's my inventory? Okay. This is gonna be slower than I was expecting. Yes. This sucks. Yeah. Wait. That sounds eerily... Wait, what? That sounded eerily like Kenny? Wait, what? I'm confused. I'm confused. Did I miss something? Wait, what? Someone fucking with my voice still. Is someone fucking with my voice still? Yeah, that's the one thing. I guess I should hear it. I should hear it. It goes off. That was way earlier. Okay. All right, good. But hi, Wolfman. Hi, honey. Ara, ara. I like that my ara just like gives up halfway through when my voice cracks. Ara. Listen, I'm just passing it down because Aeon Aegis did something in stream today and I was like, oh god, my ears are confused. I was like, oh no. I'm dying. Goodbye. It's like something so... When someone's voice sounds so dissonant from how you view them, when they do something like that, and you're just like, I don't like that. That feels wrong. No, I was talking about someone else, a friend of mine did that earlier in stream, and I was like, I'm getting lost trying to find these guys. Well, specifically, he was like, well, if you do that, then I'll have to punish you. And I was like, yeah. I don't know how I feel about that coming from like a chibi VTuber. Your body is adorable, but the voice says no. I'm confused. It was all good though. Yeah, like super cutesy chibi, and I was like, oh no. I don't like that. The like cognitive dissonance is too strong, you know? Please tell me we get like actual Sammy Troll shit. Nope. Fuck, dude, drop your shit. Fuck you. Yeah, so the only downside if you down level is like all the adventures rewards you get, the adventures rank stuff is capped. Hi, welcome back. I wasn't just saying that the cognitive I wasn't just explaining that the cognitive dissonance between deep voice punish you Aeon and chibi VTuber Aeon hurt my brain earlier today. I wasn't ready for it. It's like I took psychic damage. Give. I need those. I didn't mean anything weird by what I just done. Oh, okay. Oh god. Oh, Wolfman, Air Unite. No, no, this is not the chat that I wanted to bring up. No. I can't handle that. I'm just here to talk about my games. It was like shockingly out of character, Aeon. That's what was confusing. I was like, what? What did I just hear? Let me live, damn it. All right, back to work. Back to work. 12 of these. How many of these does it take to make the purple ones, silver ones? Go sleep. Sleepy. Close your eyes. You do not have to, and you do not need to respond to anything in chat. Close your eyes. Fall asleep. Rest well. Yeah. No, we all have times like that where you'll just say something and you're like, oh, please don't take that out of context. That sounds so bad. No, bad. No more Smash. It's bad for your health. Is it up here? Where the Sammy Turtles at? I can't just pass. You need to pass. Aeon, you need to pass. You can't stay attached to this earth forever. You need to move on to the spirit realm. You cannot smash. Suddenly ghost. Oops, we are talking about ghosts. Yo, can I hang out with Mecha Jesus? Only if he beats Mecha Godzilla first. I just need to get these divining scrolls, and I've been trying to get like the green tier ones, but I am not having any luck getting them. I wonder if I need to be at least in Inazuma for it. So let me TP to Inazuma and see if that helps. Because those are only dropping like the base of base tier. That's not what I need. Alright, let's try and research it on the list. Mecha Jesus versus Raptor Jesus movie, and it's just a shot for shot remake of Mecha Godzilla. Oh my god. I watched Godzilla versus fucking, why am I saying Donkey Kong? What's the ape? What's the monkey? The big monkey. What's his name? I can't remember. King Kong. Donkey Kong, yeah. So I watched the King Kong versus the new one. It was like Kong versus Mecha Godzilla, essentially. And he teamed up with Godzilla to defeat Mecha Godzilla. And it was so hokey. I was like, ah, shit. But I enjoyed it. It was so bad, yet so good. See, that's my brand of hokey. I would thoroughly recommend watching it because it's just like, it's one of those movies where the actors know the writing is bad and they're having a good amount of fun with it. Yeah. Yeah, yeet. Wait. You aren't Sammy Churls. You are. Hello. Bam, bam, bam. Let me out. Yeah, I watched the newer Kong movies, Girlface, and I got rubber suited monster movie. Yeah, it's definitely something you have to like be in the mood for. Stop trying to cook. There you are. All right. Maybe this is enough. I think we'll go to one more location for them. And then we'll go. Aqua, we have to cook. I'm in the middle of battle, but I want dinner. Hearts demand your attention. I'll cook you roast hilly churl. Where? Yeah. Hey, stop it. Let me up. Alright, there we go. Did I kill everything here? No, there's still a dude down here. Diona being adorable. Diona is in my party just so I have an archer. I don't think her kit's even that great. She's cute, okay? And it's weird because I don't think that about Sayu or Klee, really. I think Klee is okay. I don't like Sayu. Chi-Chi is just like the goat, and Diona is adorable. So that's my ranking of the littles in Genshin. My definitive ranking of the littles. All right, let me get to crafting. Just clocked out of work. Well, congratulations on finishing work. You have survived another day. Will you see the dawn of the third day of this week? Yes, I believe in you. Babaricha. Now, Sucrose, if you could pray to the gods and give me the extra ones. Yes. Thank you, Sucrose. Thank you for giving me the extra ones because you haven't given them to me for like forever. Day 3. Dun, dun. Barbara. Ascend. And then we get a free wish out of it. So, I mean, I guess we can just... Barbara and Mona's work is going to be like long running. I mean, in reality, I really should have worked on like Jingyu, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to. Wait, what's going on? Why did Steam just disconnect? What is this? Witchcraft. I mean, I don't think it's gonna break anything else I'm doing. No? Okay, should be fine. Steam just broke for a second, but I don't think it's gonna affect VTube Studio. Don't mind me. I'm just dumping all of these in into the wrong person, so I'm glad I caught that actually. Almost wasted it. No, not 24 hours remaining. No. Jesus. 56. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna work on getting this stuff eventually. That's probably gonna be like a tomorrow problem. And then we're also gonna do that for Mona. What is Mona's constellation? Just the C1. But I should still level her just in case I have a different support in my team. But let us go. Okay. So we can work on Raiden Shogun's story quest, or we can go to the Chasm and work on Chasm quests. Which would you like to do? Chasm or story quest? Chasm or story quest? And when I say the Raiden Shogun story quest, I mean the post Inazuma like character story quest, not the Inazuma story. I've completed that already. Right, and it is. So I will turn the voice volume up so we can hear that.
Paimon coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon? Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon? Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon?
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm done, Merlin. We're good. The music's too loud. I'm sorry. I can't control that it does that every fucking toggle. The monster at nighttime music is really good, though. I say as it immediately stops playing.
Hey, do you know what?
Actually.
Neither do I.
All right. We're gonna go do the Raiden Shogun quest as Raiden Shogun. I say. All right. This is Chasm. This is the Zhongli quest. One of those is Hu Tao, one of those is Zhongli. And one of these is something else. Ningguang. That is someone's. Where's Dreams? Imperitex. That is Inazuma one.
But a backdrop of constant motion.
If anything, I would recommend listening to the Genshin soundtrack because, like, that's one of the best parts of the game, in my opinion. For sure. Very good. All right. Let me know if I still think the volume's a little not that.
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this
That's the only one, Merlin.
Can you hear Paimon?
That's the only one. Okay? That's the only one. I promise. I'm sorry. I had to do it. Oh, there's a... Ooh, free thingy. No, don't tell me what to do. I'm gonna do this the hard way. I'm not gonna do this the hard way.
Illusion shattered.
We'll keep Kazuha out because he probably sounds the best. The volume test on Paimon. I can't control if it's a Paimon volume test or not.
Sacred Sakura! Stop them!
I do have Raiden, yes. She's good. I like Raiden.
Shine down. As one with wind and cloud.
Life
I call this the blender. Oh, hello.
Wind strider.
kind of want to put Ning Wong back in my party. She was really good. Or at least I felt like she was good. I felt very safe with Ning Wong in my party.
Can't handle your dream.
Clouds high, the birds call.
Yeah.
Wind strider.
I think I have her like C1 or 2. I'm gonna turn this down here. She was my first Gamba. Oh. I think the first character I actually went hard for was Mona. And then I didn't have the stuff to level her up, so I just didn't. Defeat the Rift Hounds. Okay. Pew pew. That is true, Diona.
Wind strider.
Where's Razor when you need him?
Shogun? Wait, no. Could also be A.
Oh, it's you two. It has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryou Commission crisis.
Okay, sounds more like A. It is you, right? You sure made short work of them. That was amazing.
What brings you out this time, you
Making
hermit?
preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never understood in the past. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself. Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by numerous Rift Hounds.
Yeah, I
considered
heard he
this
like
matter
did the
worthy of my
cleansing
attention.
quest.
So I
That took
pursued them,
forever.
and they led me here. If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
Hmm? Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission. But Rift Hounds attacking the sacred Sakura... It brings back bad memories of that terrible disaster.
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, a great catastrophe befell Inazuma. Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had worked so hard to build barely escaped being obliterated entirely. The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil, and the Rift Hounds were always their advance guard. Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts. So you've heard of it too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, it seems like my response to these creatures was an excessive one. But an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters nearby. All of them must be eliminated.
Nice.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in A.
I mean, that's not nice.
Having someone uber powerful on your team kind of makes you feel invincible, doesn't it?
She's self-aware.
Yeah. After we've
She
done
knows.
monsters, we should ask her to tell us more about Conria. This color. It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of this earlier,
This way.
which was actually really cool because I didn't know what it was, but I guess it was for this quest. Yes, I can see the blue goo. Look, more blue goo. Where'd the blue goo go? More blue goo! Yay! It's like a reward.
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious.
This tree
The
bleeds
Yashiro
blue.
Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing? Huh? What's this? Could they be dead people? It wouldn't be the first time we'd seen ghosts on our journey. But why would they appear here?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
Secrets. Ghost secrets.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
What happened here? Could you tell us?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Run quick while you still can. The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, I'm telling you there's no escaping them. We will defend Inazuma until our dying breath. You don't know? Inazuma is engulfed in darkness. Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They are merciless, ferocious, and they will devour everything in their path. Every last trace of humanity's existence, I tell you. They'll devour it all.
But look, none of that seems to be going
I mean,
on
that's,
around
yeah,
here.
that is like the community running theory
But they'll be
that
back.
Paimon's actually the evil one.
Get out of here, now! There's no time left. The almighty Shogun is gone.
Is this
So
what
is
Genshin is like when you don't know what the skip button
There
is?
is no
It
one
feels
left to
rude
rely
to
on
skip
but ourselves.
story on stream, okay?
I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing left at all.
Feels rude, okay?
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's the Shogun?
And the voice acting is good, okay?
You're back.
Minus Paimon. Minus Paimon.
Please.
What if
I
Paimon
beg
had
you.
like an
You
Ara
have
Ara
to help
voice?
us. You have to save Inazuma.
What if,
Only
man?
the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a hunting ground for the beasts.
What if Paimon was Steve
Calm
Buscemi?
down. The war
What
you speak
if?
of is over.
Over? But what do you mean? Shogun?
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows.
Buscemi. Buscemi.
Is Inazuma at peace, as you will no doubt remember. There are no monsters, nor is there anything else here that could threaten your life.
What? But how? Just moments ago, they were everywhere. I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine now.
I will say though, as far as the storylines go,
I think I understand.
the Inazuma ghost stuff has been some of my least favorite storylines ever in Genshin. I played Battlefield for like a half hour. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I don't know how I feel about the new gun yet,
As long
but
as the Shogun is with us,
the new map's
Inazuma
nice.
will last
I liked
for
it on
an
Conquest.
eternity. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even be.
Because I feel like the
understand
ghost
what
stuff we've
that was
seen
all
in
about.
Genshin tends to all boil down to Ghost doesn't know it did.
Feels all sad and hopeless.
The first
If I'm
trailer for
not
the season,
mistaken,
do you think they added
what we
Andrew
just
Tate as a
saw
character?
was a samurai's memory that was buried in the land. The sacred sakura can absorb
a different
and
bald
purify
guy.
the filth in the ley lines.
Don't worry.
After the rift
There's
had
DLC for the hair.
some of this filth leaked out through the cracks in the trunk and formed a physical entity. An entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified, it presents in the form of a memory. Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words, it cannot exist for too long.
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands.
I feel like
who made
everybody
the
uses the
ultimate
same teams in this
sacrifice.
game, but actually I think I just
What he
can't
was
tell any of the
describing
characters
just now
apart.
was
That's quite
precisely
possible.
the disaster that happened in Inazuma 500 years ago.
Views, cons, overuse of the word filth.
Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others came from the now fallen kingdom of Kanria. The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late, otherwise it would spread to all of Tevat. But my friend, Kitsune Saiku, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of protecting Inazuma and mobilize all forces at her disposal to combat the threat. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it, we both knew that the road ahead would likely end in tragedy.
So, Inazuma was attacked at the same time as when the disaster happened in Kanria?
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. In the end, Kitsune Saigu sacrificed her life to protect the people. I never had the chance to see her one last time. But I would like to believe that she kept her promise to me until the very last. But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible tragedies left great wounds that are still felt to this day, both on the land itself and in my heart. Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't bring myself to face the pain of that loss. All my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless against the ravages of time, powerless to keep the ones I cherished alive. But after my clash with human ambition, I thought long and hard. Now I realize I cannot fixate on the past forever.
What did I just hand over?
When I traveled around Inazuma with you,
It was just like,
I caught a
here,
glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries.
here are my thoughts and prayers.
A glimpse of human potential. Everything far exceeded my expectations. Moving forward inevitably invites further loss, but also new encounters. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, he still chose to keep fighting for the sake of moving
Raiders,
forward.
Celeste,
All those
thank
who
you very
sacrificed
much for
themselves
the
back then
raid. How was your
gave their
stream?
lives fighting for a future.
We're kind of in sad cutscene time, but hello.
The future they were hoping for
Let me give you a shout out.
is not the eternity that I
Thank you,
once
thank you.
stood for.
Gotta spell it correctly. My brain is not functioning. Got it. I'm a little tired, but I am feeling very good and excited. Busy day, busy stream. We're chilling in Genshin today. After having a just chatting stream yesterday, because for the third time we failed to kill the boss in Final Fantasy 3. because I thought it would be fun to do like a challenge run and have all thieves that only wield knives. And thieves do not do a very good job on the boss. They kind of suck. Even at level 80, which took like... At this point, we're in like 20 hours of grinding. For level 82 in Final Fantasy 3. It's the worst. So I ended up just chatting last stream. It was really good. I've been getting back into Genshin, so we're playing Genshin today. After stream, we're going to be ending a little early tonight, probably around like 8:15, 8 o'clock-ish. Because I will be on Gumi Ghost's show on Twitch, Scuffle Shuffle, which is a homebrew game show involving retro games and trivia, etc. So that should be very exciting and cozy and fun. And I will definitely post a link to that on my Twitter later. So you can find that info there. There's also already one posted. I shared it earlier today. But for now, we're just chilling. We're doing some of the Raiden Shogun quests to get to eventually Sumeru, but kind of just to clear them out because they're mandatory to get there. And then we're also going to be hopping into the chasm for a little bit to get the ascension materials for our C6 Heizo. Ha ha ha, because I tried to get Kazuha and I ended up with a maxed out Heizo. And I haven't really used him yet, but I've been trying to get him leveled up with everybody. But thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a wonderful stream. What was your chat about today? Were you working on anything in particular? If you had to raid and run, that is okay. It's fine. So if you're not here anymore, you had to raid and run. I hope you had a good night. Just cosmically. And welcome everybody to the stream. Let me get back into the game. I did almost play Battlefield tonight because the new Battlefield stuff dropped. But I just played too many games.
Who spilled your blood on this land. Your noble
AI generating VTubers? Holy shit. I'll have to go back and try and watch the VOD for that. That sounds so fucking fun, dude.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Was it like the DAL-E or was it like waifu generator? Because I definitely have like...
the damage to the sacred Sakura.
I have a friend who didn't have like a character design and they stream on occasion and I ended up designing a VTuber model for them. Which I still need to finish the art for, but I'm re-rigging my current model, so... too much to do. And, I ended up using waifu generator to, like, find palette ideas. I know, I'm sorry, wife. I'm sorry. Crayon. Ah, okay. Yeah. That sounds good. I mean, the last time I looked up Waifu Labs, it wasn't working, so it might have gotten taken down. That is true. It is free. Yes. But I usually do a little bit of games, a little bit of art. I work full-time as a graphic designer, but I have a background in illustration. So I do all the assets for stream pretty much if I'm able to and I have the time. But I also sometimes make VTubers in my free time. I've mostly made this model and then I made a long Furby model as a joke. But I've been working on revamping and improving this current model.
Did you ask that?
We're gonna get some like 3/4 face angles in here. It's gonna be good.
Vaporize them all in one go. No?
You are
Swish,
unduly
swish.
concerned. I'm simply conserving my energy. Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected turn at any time. I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area,
Your
I
persona is...
must make sure I have the strength to face them.
No! My persona is not a long Furby. Scree. I reject this reality.
Damage this time. We definitely need to tell the Hero Commission about this. Hey, the same light is leaking out again.
Yeah, we need to watch the last Breaking Dawn movie. I don't know. Let me list it. Calendar. Dates. Things. So I'm gonna be on vacation the 11th. So it's probably gonna be after the 11th. What if? Spooky season? Yeah, we're gonna start spooky season with the last Twilight movie. That sounds good. Let me see if they are free. I want to join you guys. I mean, I'm gonna stream it in the Discord. I think we're gonna do the usual one. I think for the other ones, like we want to watch some other stuff after that. For those that haven't been around for that, I have been watching the Twilight movies through with Raziel's Flame. I am like a Twilight expert and have seen all of the movies a few times at least and have read the books multiple times because that's just the genre of fiction that I read. And I read it as a teenager, so like I was a Twilight kid. I'll admit it. And Razzie had not seen any of them. So we were watching them all and I was giving like context during, mostly just saying that they did not give Charlie and Swan any love. Res. October 1st, 6 p.m. Set. Breaking Dawn, Part 2. Question mark. As you know, why did I say as you know? I am someone that has to do something when I say I will do it, otherwise I will forget to do it.
Furuyama? Is that you?
Old man.
Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off fighting a battle in a distant land.
Fighting a battle in a distant land? Sounds like this guy's talking about 500 years ago, too.
Why is
Allow me to
Paimon's
introduce
voice all
Furuyama.
echoey?
He is a tea master and a member of my retinue. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea. He brews some of the very finest tea in all of Inazuma.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in Your Excellency's presence long enough to become acquainted with all the skills that are required of me.
Smooth
Sounds
talker.
like the Almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the current situation. But please, sit and rest. After all, it's quite a mess out there.
I like him. He's my favorite ghost so far.
Oh, yeah. Sheesh. There's monsters everywhere out there.
Okay, so we're officially LARPing with
People
Paimon.
have been injured.
I see.
Got it.
So they have fought
LARPing
their
with
way
Paimon
this
and a
far
ghost.
already.
My perfect weekend activity.
Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take me with them, but it seemed rather pointless to me. So I decided to stay. And now the Almighty Shogun is here, I have even less reason to run away. Imagine if this was something that even the Almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I possibly run to then? People flee out of a desire to live on, and the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having unfinished business in life. But me, I have no such thoughts, and I have no regrets. The Almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her stories.
Aww.
I've been blind for many years, but her vivid descriptions took me on a splendid journey to all the most beautiful places in Inazuma. Over time, I've come to understand her mindset. Quite the romantic at heart, a true dreamer. One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. And so, people must make the most of the life they have, seize the chance to enjoy it while it lasts, and have no regrets in the end. So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have
That don't
experienced
match.
countless wonderful things in
Imposter.
life, and have no
Sus.
reason
Oh
not to
no.
be satisfied.
Perhaps you are right.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the almighty Shogun for the last time. Ah, what a pity. I'll never get to see what Inazuma looks like after the almighty Shogun rebuilds it anew. But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now. But to me, it went dark a long time ago. Once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But even if I survived until then, I'd probably be a hopelessly befuddled old so-and-so by then.
I want this guy as a playable character, dude.
Never mind, eh?
He's like the most grounded character. I love him.
Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling away to my heart's
Although I
content,
guess he.
forgetting
Oh,
the
I don't.
certainty.
Oh, that's a bad joke.
The
I
almighty
can't.
Shogun comes
Okay.
to visit, and I don't have the
Don't
tea
forget.
ready.
He's cool. I like
A
him.
truly egregious loss of decorum.
Ah.
One moment, I'll just... Where in the world is the tea set? I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty departure.
Can't see a tea set anywhere around here.
Really?
Fetch quest.
It's always been right by my side. I couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves. That would be most discourteous indeed.
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back right away.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No, no, no. Your humble servant implores you, not with the war raging outside.
This place is complicated. It's quite unlike the tea house in your memories. Leave it to us.
But... well, okay. I never thought I'd... I can't decide whether it's a final regret or a final stroke of good fortune.
Where should we go to find a tea?
Fetch quest.
Having a cup of tea isn't exactly the most urgent thing to do right now, but at the same
Let me in. I need your tea. It's for a ghost.
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
Oh, why don't we go to the Kamisato estate? There'll definitely be a tea set we can borrow.
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun. How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, sure. I'll fetch that for you right away. Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun. Oh, and I'll inform my lord about your visit immediately. Ah, and the tea set. I'll bring that here as soon as it's ready.
I can't believe God literally came to their house and said, "Give me a tea set, bitch."
Actually, I'd
I want
prefer to
tea
spend some
now.
time chatting with the Traveler.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must have a lot of questions.
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The almighty Shogun that he described didn't sound anything like you at all.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing martial arts. So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for was the former Electro Archon, who was also my sister, Raiden Makoto. He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns, but he always acted as if he was completely unaware of it. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality. She always saw things that way.
You and Makoto had pretty different views, huh?
Indeed we did. It was the biggest difference between us. In her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. the yearning for a better future held by living beings.
That's a pretty shot.
They are similar, but not identical. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations light up the sky far above in the form of countless stars. This somewhat shook me.
Protagonist character
No.
frequently looks as though they are not absorbing any information being given to them. They aren't. They aren't.
I took the wayward path.
Wow, there sure was a lot going on beneath the surface.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream is more imaginary, more abstract than an ambition.
Watch
An
like
ambition
Paimon
is
secretly
a
got the
yearning
main
for something
character
material
hypnotized to do
or
her bidding.
concrete outcome. It is finite
Just like,
in
yeah,
nature
yeah.
and will be replaced by a
I
new
will limit your
ambition in due
speaking
course.
to make you do what I
Makoto
want.
was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place. It is something innate, rooted in instinct. In other words, it is something eternal.
That's, quite a lot to take in.
Some kind of psychic
To put it
parasite.
simply,
Yeah.
Makoto wasn't concerned about
It's like
outcomes.
Westworld.
I
Paimon
didn't
is like
understand.
the
How
bicameral
can we
mind.
say that we are maintaining eternity
Or no, the main character is a bicameral mind of
forward
Paimon.
evolving? I suppose what it
We're
comes
just
down
doing
to
as Paimon
is
bids.
the definition of eternity she set out with. Yes, it does. I always thought that she must have grasped some elusive, arcane wisdom to arrive
Knock
at
off
the
Link
conclusions
vibes.
she did. But in the last
No talkie,
analysis,
only blonde. This is
Makoto's
true.
philosophy was,
This is very
on the
true.
surface at least,
The
an
main character
elegantly
does
simple one.
speak on occasion,
Notwithstanding
and it's
the
very
possibly more
unnerving.
prudent choice based on a more mature, far-sighted outlook.
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better now?
You have already witnessed
I
my
do miss,
previous
like,
views
so
on eternity.
the Traveler was extremely sassy and
I
mean.
no longer cling to what was lost.
Pretty much up until the end of the Inazuma
Suppose
arc.
that
And now
means
that we're
our
buddy-buddy with people,
differences
she's not mean
have been
anymore.
reconciled.
And I miss Mean Traveler.
Shogun,
I want Mean Traveler back.
this one in particular should be fit for your excellency's use.
It's quite beautiful. Thank you.
I wouldn't really say it's a Breath of the Wild knockoff, because frankly, I think the gameplay is superior to Breath of the Wild.
She's actually pretty chill.
On multiple levels. There's better puzzles,
Let's
there's
not keep Furuyama
better
waiting too
story,
long.
there's better fighting. It took what Breath of the Wild laid down and said, okay, we're gonna like flesh this out a lot more. But given Genshin strongly inspired, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It kind of gets on my nerves when people are like, oh, it's just a knockoff. And I was like, not really. Yes, I didn't think Breath of the Wild was that good. I did. It was alright. It just felt like there was... When it came out, it was really interesting. But after playing games like Genshin and other open world games, I'm like, dude, that game was kind of empty. Like, it was just fetch quests everywhere. And it didn't build to anything, really. I don't know. Just wasn't right for it. Go to Team Master. Team Master! Yeah. I mean, like, sure, Genshin does have, like, very clearly, especially, like, early on in, like, the alpha and the beta, Genshin is clearly, like, a knockoff of Breath of the Wild. But I think at some point, you can say, okay, they started with something that was intended to be, like, a knockoff, and then they really built it into their own thing, and they did a very good job at it. You know? Most normies love Breath of the Wild.
Hey, where'd he go. He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself, would he?
Yeah, I mean, Genshin has that as well, which I think is really nice. Like, to an almost mind-numbingly extent, it's very difficult to clear an area of stuff. Because there's always like a little thing or a little chest or something that you fucking missed.
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to sustain him for very long, as was the case with the memory we saw earlier.
So we won't get to drink his tea? We didn't even have a chance to
Okay.
say goodbye.
Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk.
The information held
I'm a
in the ley
Nintendo
was
stan.
complex and disorderly.
Don't go there.
The
But there
fact
is a
that they were able
completely
to
different
limit the
mindset
demon was a
in the
miracle.
ability of what you can do for a game that is meant to have microtransactions and continue to have live service versus Breath of the Wild, which is not a live service game. We constantly compare live service games with non-live service games, and there's a big difference in budget and effort that are put into both, okay? Scree.
Well, this
Figured out
chance
last time I
won't
streamed
come
it that you
often,
can make
and we do have a tea set.
chilled food by bringing it to an icy
Perhaps
mountain.
I should
Make
try
tart
my
food
hand
by
at
bringing
making
it
us
to a
a pot of
volcano.
tea.
Ooh.
I've watched Furuyama
Yeah,
make
they
tea
have
and
like frozen
I didn't
boars
have
in
any major
Genshin
problems doing it myself.
that you can like kill frozen boars. You thaw them and then you kill them and then you
The
get
tea is
frozen
ready.
meat. But it's not
Please
that
give it a
important.
try.
There's other stuff for like sheer
So
cold.
many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to explain it. You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back many memories for me. I've been reminded of many people, too.
Yeah, there's enough variety that you can hop between things in Genshin and not
And
feel
all the other
overwhelmed
friends
or
who I watched
tedious.
pass even further back.
At
After
least
the
at this
Yashiro
point, you
Commission,
definitely can. There
I
was
kept the
times early
conversation
on where you kind of get
reasonably
stuck,
lighthearted.
but as you learn more about the game,
now,
you're like, okay, I can do story here.
I'd like to broach a
Next,
heavier
I'm gonna go
topic,
kill a boss
if
after
I
this
may.
quest.
The
Then I'm gonna
events
go
500
like
years
do
ago
chasm stuff and
not
explore.
only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saiku, they also took Makoto away from me. For good.
She died in that disaster too?
Yeah.
Yes. She went to Conria alone, without telling me. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises had arisen in the past, I was always the one to face them in her stead. But this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or perhaps it was more that she went ahead of me, put herself in front of me. Yes. It was too late. I arrived only in time to hear her dying breath. She had
Yeah.
already lapsed
I do
into
think that is a
unconsciousness
problem
by that
with
point.
open world games.
So all I could do was enter into her mind.
Eggy. Hello, Mommy A.
As
Yes.
far as you're concerned, it would be somewhere similar to the plane of Euthymia. It was there
Her voice is so
that we
soothing.
bid each other a final farewell. I cried bitterly. Even in those final moments, I couldn't understand her actions. Why did she go to Konya first?
American
and not
Ninja
I?
Warrior course.
Why did she keep me in the dark about it? Was it to shield me? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision, I saved her realm of consciousness just before it collapsed completely and brought it back to Inazuma.
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree that you know as the sacred sakura. That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand what I was so surprised about. No one questioned it. And yet, its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it.
Yeah, I mean, I think
It
that's
seemed
something
as
to
if
consider too
I
about
was the
Nintendo
only
is
one
like
to have noticed it appear suddenly out
you're
of
considering
nowhere.
like
In the end,
ship and
I
done,
simply had
maybe
to accept
DLC
that it was
games
a miraculous
plus
effect
live
of
service
local
as well as the
consciousness.
target audience.
With
And
the help
Nintendo's
of a
target
secret
audience is
substance
casual
power,
gaming. Genshin
I
wants to
was
keep you in
finally
the
able
game.
to overcome the monsters
There are
and
definitely
quell the
problematic
disaster
parts
in
about
Inazuma.
Genshin's gameplay that are like, you gotta log in every day, and you gotta use all your resin, and you gotta do all your commissions, otherwise you're missing out. And that's just, but, you know, for a gacha game, that's the goal. They want you in the game as much as possible to see the characters that you want to roll on.
Yes.
Hey, bitch, don't say that. I'm a casual gamer.
Love for this land and for
I
its people.
proudly wear the title of casual gamer.
In this, I once told myself that I would never speak of these.
I
matters
refuse to
again.
min-max.
Facing the fact that she is gone is unbearably painful. But even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed, leaves some sweetness in the throat. And it's time I came to terms with it all.
I'm kind of glad I never got on board with Genshin when it started. Tower Fantasy almost got me hooked, and it was awful. Yeah. I mean, so I played Genshin, and I stopped for a very long time. And then McKay started playing Genshin on stream. And they got really, really into the story. And I was watching them, like, just uncover the story for someone that honestly forgets it's a gacha game and, like, does not have that inkling to gacha at all. And, like, seeing that mindset of the game to just fucking play it for the story and, like, not worry about rolling for characters or anything, that was really relaxing. And it got me back into playing again with a much, much healthier mindset. You know, like if I get a Gamba, it's fine. But if I ever see myself like salty because I don't have enough primo gems to roll, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm out. Stopping playing. I gotta go play something else. The characters.
Sorry.
Listen,
I wasn't there for
I spent real money on Kazuha rolls, and now I have a C6 Heizo and a C1 Kazuha.
Also,
I only got one Kazuha the whole time.
Entirely with the plight of Inazuma and the fate of those closest to
Pain.
me. So, I am afraid I can't help you.
Oh, well, that's a shame. But it can't be helped, I guess. Boy, both of you have experienced great tragedy.
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the Tea Master's memory. Thank
TBC,
you,
I would
Destiny, for giving us
Paimon
the chance to meet again.
becomes more bearable
We should go. Let's keep going.
when you learn more about the backstory of Genshin.
Based on my
I would say
investigation,
the only
I
shame there
believe this
is
next pack of monsters should be the last.
is that Genshin, especially early on in its release, only really released lore through like side quests and like papers you find around. It wasn't as bad as WoW where you had to buy it for like DLC and books and shit, but it was a little hard to find. And I think the lore is something that's really a draw, and like speculation on who and what the fuck Paimon is really something that's interesting and makes her character more bearable. So that's my take on that. I do think her voice actor and attitude is somewhat rough, but it's fine. What did Automod think was wrong? Big gay. That she takes away from the traveler. I think, yeah, that's understandable, but I think, I don't know. I don't know if I have a take on that. I don't have a take on that, I guess. Do I fall down the pit? Is that the goal here? Is the goal to fall in the pit? I think it is. I was wondering what this pit was for.
Let's go, let's go.
What's this? What's this?
Think you can bully me?
What's this? Okay, I guess maybe we're supposed to be up top. This was Sacred Sakura stuff. Right? Continue the pursuit. Where is the pursuit? What am I pursuing? What am I fighting for? Yeah, I spent days pretty obsessively playing this game, and I've yet to find. It's not your time. Maybe. Alright, I think I can just hop through. Guess I need to go up. What am I fighting for? Ah!
Let's go, let's go.
Wait, it's a pointer name? Not on my channel. It is on Aeon's channel. That's why I made the joke. Four!
If it doesn't ruin a drink, it is a treasure.
Ah! Are you making fun of my distressed goat noises? Not allowed. I think I need to do a goat sim stream. Bring you all back to 2013. You can see what it's really like. Let me out. I'm like sitting here trying to figure out how to climb out, and I forgot I can teleport. Goat sim. Quest area is reached. Where's, I mean, I guess I'm looking for blue goo again, right? Right? Blue goo? Is there blue goo? This said continue in pursuit. Where the blue goo? No, this isn't happening. There's no reason for me to go on. What am I fighting for? Where's the blue goo? Tea. A cup of tea has been... Huh? Can hear something. I don't see any blue goo. No, you don't need to send me the clip. I can't do it good. Oh, there it is. I found the blue goo. We're on the trail. Detective Aqua is on the trail.
I'm here.
We'll get him. Their death will be swift. No judge, no jury, only execution. I need to experience Mega Man X4. Oh god. I am so bad at any kind of platformer. So bad. Aeon, you don't know. You don't know. I was asked not to play Mario games multiple times on stream. Because it's so bad.
Once again, please leave them to me.
Hey! Are you sure you're alright? You're scaring us!
Fear not. Fighting is what I do best.
It's being weird. Raiden, you're being a sussy baka. Like, why I'm here. Let me help. You're like my dad holding the run button and pressing the jump button at the same time too hard. No, I just have, like, my hands tend to twitch on occasion when I, like, okay. Do you know in The Legend of Zelda in the Fire Temple where you have to, like, run up a straight, thin path on a timer? That's, like, my nightmare. Right?
Inazuma shines eternal.
Wait, why am I invisible? Why was I invisible? What's going on? Oh, they've given me bleed.
Shine down.
That's rude.
Now you shall perish.
Maybe you should leave this one to us.
You look like shit, Raiden. Let us handle this.
My apologies.
Don't worry about it. Just take a breather and get your strength back. We'll deal with the monsters. Look, that's the same
Sauna
light
time.
again.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too. Are you injured, Your Excellency?
I'm quite all right. Just feeling a little stiff.
We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, men. They're coming back for more. Let's go.
Don't! It's too dangerous.
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds to shy away from danger, we never would have taken up arms to begin with.
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun.
Cursed with eternally shaky
When the
hands, now into
situation
playing
looks
Smash
bleak,
so
we will
intensely
draw
has
on
me
the
lose control
power
over my
granted
hands.
to us by
Yeah.
the gods.
Mine aren't, like, shaky in general. I have very stable hands for the most part, but I need to brace
It
them.
certainly is.
Because
I
they
know
get
the gods are
sore very
limited, and their
easily.
willingness to
I've
grant
had,
their
like,
power to humans means they have high
tendinitis,
expectations for us.
where, like, your wrist muscles hurt really bad, and I've given that to myself multiple times from drawing.
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
So I'm very susceptible to hand pain.
Nobody knew where Your Excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now we've found you. You're right here with us. Just the sight of you appearing before us once more has reignited the hope in our hearts. This hope is the light that will guide us out from the darkness.
Ooh.
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too.
Huh?
My blood is like 75% caffeine.
Protect the Almighty Shogun!
What color paint, Merlin? Yeah, I play Genshin with a controller and Final Fantasy 14 because it's just kinder to my hands.
There is no escape.
Rise. Sacred name. Fortune preserver.
Cringe samurais.
Wind strider.
They studied the blade. They're learning the way to protect the princess. They're real Chads. You wish you were this Chad.
Clouds high, the birds call. Wind strike.
There's nothing wrong with using controllers, and anyone who tells you otherwise is a piece of shit. There's nothing wrong with using controllers. Asterisk. Except for FPS games.
I've never fought so
You gotta be real good with the controller in FPS games.
Thank you all.
But I think people, even though there's nothing wrong with using a controller, I think people discount that controllers can be more comfortable for PC
I
games.
feel much better already.
You fought phenomenally.
Stormblood Bard was practically unplayable on controller. Yeah.
They'll definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be more than a few Rift Hounds this time. Quickly, escort her
I got
Excellency
maxed
Tina
out
to
cross hot bars,
the
baby.
General's forces as soon as possible.
When everyone sees the almighty Shogun safely returning, their spirits will be lifted.
Well, what are you guys gonna do?
We will stay here and guard against. We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together,
I think
we
using
can
a
face
controller
any
is
number of
fine,
monsters
but
that
using
come
a
our way.
controller for a game that really isn't designed for it, and then complaining about the controller is yes. I will agree. Genshin has good controller integration. Final Fantasy XIV has very good controller integration. It just takes a while to set up.
Just leave it to us. Fighting is what we do best. But the almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power to change the present state of affairs. Only Her Excellency can turn back the tide of despair and lead us onward into the future. No matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma, we will always place our faith in the almighty Shogun.
Oh, thank you all very much. I should not have left it this late to make this promise. But from this moment forth, know that I shall be true to my word.
Don't worry, Your Excellency. We will never doubt your word as long as we live.
But you're dead.
With you leading us, we will claim back everything that Inazuma has lost.
Osu style.
Glory to the Shogun!
I hate that every time I do like a friends game, like Scribble.io or like Jackbox or anything that requires like drawing, everybody's like, Aqua's using her tablet. And I'm like, bitch, you would think I have enough energy to get my tablet pen out. I'm using a fucking mouse. I'm using a mouse. You know what? Next time we do Jackbox, I'm using a controller. I'm using a controller, damn it.
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain.
Tablets are massive and hard to set up. Well, here's where I get you TPC. My screen is a 32-inch drawing tablet. So I just tap the screen.
Final moments. The result being that in the centuries since their sacrifice, I have dishonored their will. You could take the view that whatever I say to them is meaningless, because they are but disembodied memories held in the ley lines. But even so, they are due a resolution. I owe it to them, and to all the people who have
Still haven't set it up because I'm lazy as shit.
to date.
What do you mean set it up? It's literally just you plug it in. It's a USB, you guys. It's a USB.
And that's what counts.
Thank you for your comforting words.
Yeah.
This is my basic duty.
Use an arcade controller. Oh my god. I feel like that would be easier. Drawing with an arcade controller feels easier because it's like a single input source than like trying to do it Etch-a-Sketch style.
And my only duty was to face whatever challenge came my way. But what Inazuma needs more than a
It's a
warrior
USB,
is
dude.
someone like Makoto.
Just stand it on its side.
Unlike Makoto,
Put it under your
I could never
keyboard.
become the person she was. I still need to do
It's
the
not like
things
for
that
most
she
of them, it's not like there's a screen you're gonna scratch up. The box is load bearing. There it is, Merlin. There's the truth.
Yes, they are. They are strong and resilient, and have much to be proud of. As the Raiden Shogun they revere, I should not be the one to hold them back.
Well said. Sounds to Paimon like you figured things out.
Change will come to Inazuma, and with it, new possibilities. This will take time, but eventually, the
Yeah.
future will bring healing to the
Aeon's
scars
just
of the
like
past.
cramped.
No matter how long it takes, I am committed to bringing this to
Chad
fruition.
set up Aeon
This
Aegis.
is my
Optimal
promise.
efficiency.
Now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds,
Per square
matter
inch
is halfway
efficiency.
resolved.
Space.
it does not appear that the threat will escalate for the time being.
I'm going to collapse
I
a
will leave
bookshelf.
the Tenryo and Yashiro
This is an
commissions to
actual
handle the
movement.
follow-up work, such as investigating the origins of
Yeah,
this incident
Merlin.
and clearing up
Yeah.
the root system.
Get that tablet. I believe in you.
He looks calm on the outside.
Promise to wake up every hour if you get hit in the head.
Must be all over the place right now, huh? She seems to have changed a lot since we last met her. Huh? What's wrong, eh? Come on, keep up. What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
My body. I can't move it. It looks like the situation. No need. She is calling me. The time has come. Can you help me walk? I need to go to the cave below the Grand
Why? What?
A battleground.
Okay. Well. I only have 15 minutes left before I gotta end. So we're gonna kill a boss in that meantime. So I'm not like stuck in cutscenes. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Just do it. Well, I want to kill the boss. But also, yeah, Aeon, just do it. Reorganize your space. Live your life. Yeah, I if something's bothering you about your room and you're like, I don't want to have to move it because I might be moving my furniture later, just do it. It's just physical activity. Unless it's gonna like severely injure you, just do it. Like you would end up exerting more mental stress than needed. Like when I first moved here, I had my desk in a completely different spot. And then I just was like a couple months in, I was like, it's like 300 pounds of stuff. I'm gonna move it because I don't like where it is. All right. Let's adjust our party setup. And we'll get Ningguang in here. Ningguang. And we will hop down. Ooh. Wait, does Kazuha not have an artifact? What did I do? Why did I do that? All right.
This scenery is
Let's get some stuff. All right, that's my alert to get my shit together. Oh, I have a crown? I didn't realize I'd actually gotten one of those. I usually never complete the events. I was like, damn. Alright. Speed boost, attack boost, damage boost. This is good. Alright. Shit, I gotta put something on my hot bar. Quit. Alright. So this is the boss that drops Hazo's stuff. He's like a mechanics thing. And I'm pretty sure I don't fight him in an optimal manner. Optimal?
Don't waste my time.
But I do my best. So he puts these out. Ah! I missed it. And normally if I'm not standing in them, I can get an extra one in. Fuck you, dude! I have to do 2 cycles now.
Give up.
You could get like a futon and get like a folding bed. What you could do is you could get like a folding bed, right? And then you get you put a rack in the wall. This is gonna hurt like a bitch. You put like a handle on the wall so you can flip your chair upside down for your desk. And then you put the futon under your desk when you go to bed. And then you just flip the chair up.
Submit.
Okay, so he's probably gonna do, yeah, the thing. He's doing the thing. Okay, I am getting out of the way. Stop it! Don't put me in. I was like, don't make me sit in the thing. Alright. So now we have to wait for him to do the like charged attack thing. And we'll use our last cleanse on the goop. The goopity goop. This should be it. Unless he's gonna... Nope. This is it. There we go.
Look at you, Blue Down.
Illusion shattered. Wind strider. As one with wind and cloud.
I'm just slamming, jamming, damaging. So that's the rotation for this boss. I suck at it, so... That's where I stand. Alright. It's gonna be... Yeah.
Don't waste my time.
2. Fuck.
Where'd that come from?
Ow. Leave Ning Wong alive. I need her.
Yeah.
Shit. Shit.
Got me that time.
Alright. Take suck. Do the thing. There we go.
I'm a rock.
There is no escape.
Gee.
I have like 1 health on the Ning Wong and she's my best like earth destroyer thing. That's gonna be soup. Good soup. Ah, shit.
Don't waste my time.
Don't knock me into the thing, please. All right, well, I got it. And I still have one thing left, so I can get him. When his inevitable cycle comes up. It's gonna do the thing. Yes. All right, good. Good, good, good. Swirl. Swirl again. Use the ults. Use the ults. We'll use Ning Huang. We'll re-up that. Oh, fuck. I don't want to stand in the grape juice.
I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Owie.
It's nothing.
All right. Do your worst, buddy. Maybe not that much worse. All right.
Now you shall perish. There is no escape.
Damage time, baby.
Don't waste my time.
You guys got this. I'm sorry. I wasn't ready for like a serious conversation about boundaries with siblings. I'm just trying not to die. Got one. Got two. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Got three.
I'm here.
It's nothing.
Okay. Let me out, let me out. I didn't bring any healing items like a genius. Okay, alright. We're gonna do the thing. Here we go.
Wind strike. Shine down.
Let's bring Ning Huang back. I do have res items though, but those are only available every minute. And like a little bit of food.
Time to go.
Give up.
Get it, get it. Ah, I missed it. Fuck. Fuck.
Don't waste my time.
One. Two. Okay, I'm gonna have to wait for the new one to show up for the next cycle. I'm gonna lose a second though. That's a bummer. Where's it gonna show up? Right next to me.
Give up.
Am I gonna make it in time? Yes.
As one with wind and cloud.
Made it, made it, made it.
There is no escape.
Look at you, Booze Hound.
We got two juices left. Okay, I got that one. Good.
It's nothing.
I'm like very slightly underleveled for this boss. If you couldn't tell. No.
I won't accept defeat. I'm a rock.
I'm a rock. That's what she says, right?
Wind strike.
Illusion shattered.
I'm a rock.
Shine down. Give up.
Let's go.
Don't waste my time.
All right. Oh!
Yeah.
She's gonna die.
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Thank you for being wonderful and supporting each other in chat. I am not the best person to talk to about family stuff, considering I don't currently have a relationship with much of the family I grew up with. You see my brother around in chat, we get along, but parents, no bueno, so yeah.
Time to go. Wind strike.
Stretched face, yeah. I'm sorry, I wish I had more like advice or input. But thank you everybody for just being kind to each other. Do the thing. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Okay.
There is no escape. Torn to oblivion. It's nothing.
Okay. Do the thing.
Wind strike.
Submit.
Submit.
Pew pew.
You need help farming the worm? I have to end stream, like hard have to end stream after this. But if you want to add my UID, I would absolutely appreciate help farming the worm in the future. Probably like tomorrow. Unfortunately, I have to hard end stream now because I'm getting ready for what I'm about to tell you about. But let's see if there's anything else we can gamba on before we leave. That's okay, dude. That's okay. I'm sorry. I wish I wanted to help, but I'm like, I can only catch glimpses of what's going on. It's okay. You are allowed to talk in chat. I just feel bad that I can't participate. Because I'm looking at the screen. Okay. I guess we can't gamba. No gamba. Unless we got... I think we got one from the Barbara level up, unless we used it. We might have used it. Oh no! We can do a light gamba. Ready? Gamba time. It's nothing. It's only one. I don't think we can still do. So that should put us at like 60. Yeah. I really want to provide advice. My advice is... Yeah. Yeah. There's sometimes personalities. Sometimes you just gotta say when you can't give advice, and it sucks. You're like, I support you, and I want you to be happy. But I know the advice that I give will not be good advice. So, all right. What am I doing? What am I doing? I am finishing up. I have to get ready for a game show. I'm going to be on a game show on Twitch. Let's talk about it. Chatting. Let me close out Genshin because it hogs all of my space. Oh, that's some framey loss. Nom nom nom. Frames. Delicious. Okay. Pop out of that and slide the screen over. All right, so let me get a link. Go. All right, so at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, that's in exactly 30 minutes, I will be on a game show. Let me get the info so I can read it off of Gumi's Discord. So I will be on Gumi Ghost's game show on their channel, where VTubers and V-streamers and PNG tubers alike can participate in a tournament of minds and willpower on retro games. I don't want to talk about the game show. Well, too bad. I gotta promo it because that's what I'm doing next. What am I supposed to do for 30 minutes? I don't know. All right, I will read the Scuffle Shuffle about. All right, so this is going to be run by Gumi Ghost. Let me post the link. That is Gumi Ghost's channel. That's where we'll be in about 30 minutes. Scuffle Shuffle is an arcade game show where players participate in a variety of challenges based on video games, such as playing retro games or trying to decipher a drawing of a famous video game character in Mario Paint. Winning challenges award players with coins, and those coins are determined who wins at the end of the show. 3 to 4 players in either a free-for-all or 2v2 format, depending on the participant's preference. I believe it will be a free-for-all because there's 3 of us. A maximum of 2 hours for the show. The VOD should be saved. Players will have about 1 and 30 minutes to freely play before we get one final turn, essentially. And that's participant stuff. So essentially, there's a bunch of cool gamey stuff. I didn't want to read too much into it so that I don't get spoiled, but I'm excited. I don't know who the people are in question. Exclamation point. So, Wolfman, Rising. So, Hills, Flame. These are the 2 people Erudite is talking about. They are wonderful streamers and very exciting. And cozy and fun. Razzie is just like a ball of energy and like welcoming. And Wolfman is constantly abused and vaguely sexually harassed by his chat. So it's cute to see him get very embarrassed and is also a good friend of mine. So but they are just wonderful streamers in general, and I recommend checking them out. Let me see who... Actually, I think I'm gonna raid over right to Gumi since I'm gonna be there. I don't know if they are live. I don't know if it lets me raid. It doesn't. So we're just gonna end, and I'm gonna host Gumi Ghost's channel. Please go check it out. It's gonna be good. Yeah, that's it. Am I doing anything else? Oh yeah, Sunday at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, maybe 9 o'clock. probably 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. I'll be doing my stream anniversary. We will be pulling from the Art Gacha, which is a list of items that will either be drawn or animated or rigged for free use for VTubers. That will be up on the VTube Studio Steam Workshop. So we're going to be working on that for about 12 to 18 hours on stream to celebrate the stream anniversary. Anyway, I'm going to go now because I need to get something to drink and like some tea and something before I do the game show stuff and make sure I'm ready to go. But have a wonderful night. Thank you for hanging out. Good luck with the bedroom stuff. Aeon, I am so sorry that you were dealing with that. I'm a little winded from talking, but this was very fun and we had so many people here. Again, thank you to Celeste. Let me give Celeste a shout out for the raid. Celeste Osen. Thank you so much. And I hope everybody has a wonderful night. Thank you for watching. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye-bye.